Why you should never make friends with a
I'm gonna
simp.
play like a part of this video. I wanna use this video as a kind of backdrop to show you why you should never make friends with a simp.
Like I said, you don't disrespect my face. Like I said, don't touch me. That's fucking up, man. You just put your motherfucking hands up like you want to fight, nigga. I'm trying to push her out the way. What you mean? What you mean? I'm supposed to run because you trying to come at me, Marcus? What you want to do first? Dog, I'm not worried. I just want to work. I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. I just do right now. I'm not worried because you brushing up against me. What you want to do, what you got to do, Marcus? What you want to do, Marcus? Fuck that. I'm tired of that. You tired of shit, nigga. Like I said, nigga, don't disrespect. And like I said, don't touch me, Marcus. Nigga, don't give a fuck. Nigga, do something about it. Then I touch you. Nigga, I touch you. Don't put your hands on me. Do something. You want to get big and back because I said don't touch me. Do something. What you mean? Do something.
I know y'all seen kids are in there with them, and we saw kids walking past, and this is common in a lot of black households where you have a lot of people always loud and always fighting all the time, and they are always fighting and acting like in this chaotic way around children. And because of this is a part of the thing that causes a lot of black men who grew up in this environment to grow up to be angry and violent, because they grew up around all these people who are always angry and violent or always drunk.
Do something. Nigga, the fuck, nigga, like I said, nigga. And like I said, Marcus, don't nigga, every time I leave this motherfucker, you jumping in her face. Dog, Jill is hurt. Nigga, give a fuck. I'm talking about me, nigga. Marcus, I did. What that talking about, nigga? I'm talking about me. You was just standing right here.
Did you hear him? He said it is her. It is always her. When it comes to a lot of violent situations with black men, it is always escalated because of something that a black woman has done. And I know a lot of black people would disagree with that, and if you disagree, then oh well. I'm here to tell you the truth based on my observation. If you don't like it, then that's your problem.
Stop that shit, nigga. No, I didn't. You stopped because she walked off. Man, I walked off. She walked off. Man, she came at me, Marcus. We talked about this yesterday. We talked about this yesterday. I'm my kids, cuz I fuck this nigga up. I'm my kids. Only reason why I don't want to do it is because these kids are, hey, boy, you better,
This is how confused many of our people are. He said that he don't want to mess them up because the kids are right there. But however, even though like he's saying that he doesn't want to put his hand on them because the kids are right there, he's still acting violent and getting all up in his friend's face. That is a part of the confusion that a lot of black men grew up in. The reason why, because a lot of black men picked up the spirit of the woman due to being raised by a single mother.
Hey, look, shit, dog. Like I said, nigga, all the disrespect and shit don't stop. Marcus. Man, what you want me to stop disrespect to her, then you need to jump at your feet. No, that's all.
You see, he told him the right thing, that he needed to talk to his woman about whatever she did, you know what I mean? But instead of talking to his woman, he decided to get up in his friend's face. And this is the reason why it is important to never make friends with a simp. If I ever find out that somebody's a simp, then I wouldn't make friends with him. And if I have a friend, I find out that he is a simp, then I keep my distance. Because I think about the possibility of this situation may arising, and I might have to fight my friend, or I might have to beat up my friend, or I might end up killing my friend. And so to avoid a lot of unnecessary drama, I think about my future with this person being in my life. You know what I mean? And so I tend to avoid friends who I know are simps, especially to this level, because this guy is ignoring logic and reasoning, and he's acting up on simping instead. And because of that, he's threatening to raise his hands to his own friend, and he's threatening his own friend. And I think that aside from this moment, they probably always been cool.
What's up, bitch, deal with? Then I'm gonna say something to you. I ain't being nigga. What the fuck you mean? That's why I just said don't touch me. That's all I asked. Get out my motherfucking face right now. Get the fuck out my motherfucking face right now, dog. I'm not. I'm saying, I don't want you to run for me shit, nigga.
I'm not doing shit. You coming at me? What you mean?
Nigga.
You always want me to back down, baby.
Don't back down. Do something, swing up.
No,
Do
he's
something.
tough. Don't let them have that.
Do something.
He tough.
He said, "You always want me to back down." And him saying that shows me that this isn't the first time this had happened.
No, let their asses go. Let their asses go.
Nigga,
Out the way.
You could see it in his rhythm, the way he's moving. You could see it in his body language that he actually knows that the smaller guy is making sense. And you have people like this. People who have this combination in this kind of situation, who have this combination of pride and simping, where they refuse to listen to logic and reasoning. He feels like he needs to get up in his friend's face because he was probably one of the guys who was raised to think that you must always defend a woman, even if it is a woman who's causing trouble. And he was never really taught how to moderate a woman. The big dude really don't want to fight him. And I think that is what he's thinking in the inside state. He don't really want to fight him. He's trying to use the big guy act to try to scare him. And that is what his body language is telling me.
Not doing shit for Marcus. We both standing here.
Like I said, you ain't finna disrespect in my face, nigga.
All right, so that is the reason why I think that it is never a good thing to make friends with a simp. And if you know anybody who is a simp in your life, you have to cut them off and keep your distance. Because if you don't, a situation may arise, and it can arise at any time. If you have any problem with any woman, your friend will immediately turn on you and try to come against you like this big dude against him. You know what I mean? And that is the reason why it is important to know who's coming into your life, and why it's important to not just let anybody into your life and into your circle, because you could be letting in the wrong people. You have to sit back and analyze and study people, because if you don't, you will end up like this guy right here, worrying about this big dude all in his face all the time, when this big dude's job is to moderate his woman and check his girl whenever she like getting out of line. You know what I mean? Like, this is my advice to the small guy. The small guy needs to break away from this big dude, need to start keeping him at a distance, or just get rid of the friendship altogether. And this big dude, Marcus, what he needs to do is he needs to break up with that girl, because that girl could bring a level of chaos and confusion into his life one day that'll cost him his life, that'll cause him to get shot by somebody. And the only thing that the woman is going to do in that situation is she's just going to mourn him for a few days and get another guy. You know what I mean? And when it comes to having a woman, you have to also observe the woman that is in your life. And if she bring this level of chaos and confusion into your life, you have to moderate her immediately. And if she don't want to be moderated, then you need to cut her off. Get rid of that relationship. Because at the end of the day, this is your life. And if you keep playing games with your life and keep acting like Marcus, being like Marcus could get you killed. Well, matter of fact, being like either of them could get you killed. Especially Marcus, because Marcus is a simp. That is all I have to say.